What's going on, you guys? It's Brandon again, coming back with another great review. Today, we've got the most plain Jane looking box in the history of ever to unbox. Obviously, you can tell that it is a body fat scale. It is by YoungDo. YoungDo. Maximum is 369 pounds. So Americans, watch out. Okay, well that doesn't look nearly as plain Jane as I thought. That's fine. Save money in the box. Put more money into the product. It's a good idea. It's already comes like it looks like it's cracked, so that's pretty funny. I guess it has these sensors here. I think it's supposed to measure your body fat and percentage, water weight, and all that stuff. So there it is there. The one thing about this is that it doesn't take batteries, which I think is really cool. You just plug it in right in this little port here. You just plug it in and charge the scale, so that way when it goes dead, you don't got to run down to the store to go grab some batteries to weigh yourself. Comes with the charger here. It's a micro USB charger. I wish it was a Type-C charger because I'm sick and tired of all the micro USBs. Alright, so smart body fat scale. Comes with an app. You can have an app for your scale. So this is pretty serious. I guess I guess it looks like you need the app. Place the scale on hard surface. Lightly step on the scale with your feet. Alright, try it. Please turn GPS on, give app permission. Okay, so for some reason you gotta turn GPS on. Okay, so I got everything turned on. I'm gonna step on the thing again. Oh, it said ding-ding.
Changed it to pounds.
Oh, it just changed the pounds automatically. Alright, so it says 170.63. Sorry, I'm all wobbly. Physical fitness report. Probably fat. I've been out traveling. Body type is beefy. Ouch. Achieve the ideal weight. Please continue. Weight is 170 pounds. Apparently, I'm obese. BMI is 26. Body fat. Yeah, I am slightly fat. I agree with that. I've been traveling a bunch past couple months, drinking. 123 pounds is muscle. My visceral index is excessive. 53% water. I have low bone mass, apparently. Ideal weight is 133? Get the hell out of here. There's no way I'm going to be 133 ever. I could definitely lose some fat and gain some muscle, which I'm going to be doing here in a little bit once I get my schedule back together. But yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, it all goes on this little app. So for the YoungDo scale, final initial thoughts on this. Well, first off, it's a scale, so it works. So that's cool. The app itself is a little bit janky. Definitely needs some work. The English in there is not the best. They kind of like left out some letters and stuff. I mean, you get the gist of it, but you can definitely tell that there's some work to do in the app itself. How accurate is the app? I don't really know. I don't really think it's that accurate. Nothing that measures like your body fat and everything it can be wildly inaccurate on either way, whichever way you go. It says that I don't have good bone mass, which I find really weird. It says that my water is slightly lower than it should be, which I also find weird because I drink quite a bit of water every day, and I also have been taking creatine, so it should be pretty high. So yeah, I mean, there's just a couple things in there that lead me to believe that it's not all accurate, but there's definitely some things like, you know, it said the body type is more beefy, which I would agree with because I definitely have gained quite a few pounds. Recently, I've been doing a lot of traveling. I've been working a lot of like 12 hours, you know, just kind of eating whatever food you can get, you know, not really having any time to work out or do what I normally do. So Yeah, I've definitely gained some weight, and it did show on the app that I had gained some weight and that I was a little bit chunkier than I should be, which, it is what it is. So, it can kind of give you a rough guide. I feel like the app can kind of guide you in a rough area in some of it. So it can kind of give you a rough estimate, which, realistically, if you're just looking in the mirror, you can gauge that yourself. So it's pretty cool. The app itself is pretty cool. I have to play around with it more. The scale looks cool. I like the design on it. I like the fact that it is like a smart scale, even though it may not be, the most accurate thing in the world. It's just cool to look at the numbers, and it's just like weight. Like the scale's 5 pounds off. It doesn't matter because every time you jump on the scale, it's gonna be 5 pounds off. So you're still gonna be able to gauge it. You know what I mean? So there's that. So all in all, I would say that it is a pretty cool scale. I like the fact that there's no batteries. You can plug the thing in. I'm not sure exactly how long it will last. I'll go ahead and update that in the comments or in the description. All right, so I did want to go over some of the parts of this app that you can see here. This is the weight. Finally, this is the weight that you're looking at here on screen. The first part there you can see October the 6th, I was 170. October 7th, I went down to 169. And then I came back from a work trip on October 29th. And I had contracted corona and I ended up losing like 5 pounds. And then October the 30th was still losing, still lost some weight. I was kind of finishing getting over the sickness. October 31st. So, you can see the fluctuation of the weight go up and down, which is totally normal. Something I do want to note is that when I took my first, let's see here. So we'll go to 10-30. So we'll click on that, and then it shows today's weight versus another. Well, I don't know what these two weights are, but we'll go to the thing I want to look at is the bone mass. So here we go. So I believe the first one is going to be, the bottom one is going to be my first measurement, and it's showing that my bone mass was, as you can see, lower. It's in the lower category. And then if you go here, you can see that the bone mass is actually in the normal category. So I don't know how my bone mass can go from lower to normal. And then there's some other parts where the muscle mass actually goes to higher normal, almost into excellent. All right, so as you can see, the bone mass, it changes pretty often. And I don't really know how much your bone mass really changes, but I really don't think it changes that often. Like I said, the first one I took was lower. I've had some, like I said, in the middle to normal, and then some almost all the way up to excellent for bone mass. So I feel like the bone mass is kind of like a willy-nilly number. But everything else seems to be decently, for the most part, pretty much the same. Starting from the weight is similar. The BMI is similar. It's going to change with the weight. The BFR, very similar. The BMR, very similar. The water retention, again, similar. Muscle mass, a little bit more muscle mass. Visceral fat is very similar, so that's good. The bone mass, again, is close, but the fact that the value can go up, from low to medium to high medium, almost into excellent, I think is just really weird. Skeletal muscle, similar. Weight control, it's decently similar. Fat control is kind of close. Muscle control, that can change. Body type still 3. So protein rate, pretty close. Apparently, I'm obese. Metabolic age 32 and 33. I don't really know how that's possible. And then it tells me my ideal weight is exactly the same at 138, which I'll never weigh 138. I'm definitely obviously not obese. Um, yeah, it's really just. I mean, it's. I don't really know how much the scale is like off per se. Um, I mean, I feel like the weight is pretty accurate, and the one thing I do like about the weight is that it will tell you like 164.02. So it's pretty accurate. I do like that. However, the rest of it, if the scale is off, say a certain degree, so say like the body water, even if the body water is off, say 2% all the time, it should be consistently off 2%. So you have a baseline, and that should basically go with everything. I feel like, except for the bone mass on the scale, the bone mass just seems very odd to me. And you kind of beat bop around, which is normal for weight. I mean, you can just kind of track it, and you can see like, oh, 11:02. What did I eat that day? What was I doing? Was I sitting on the couch? Was I having a cheat meal? You can do that. So it is pretty cool, and you can see like, oh, did I have a heavy, lifting session for muscle mass, and your muscle mass went down? Was I running a bunch? I mean, it's tells you all that stuff. It's just more in depth. If you want a little bit more in depth on what you're doing, and you're in the you're in the market for a scale, and you just want to spend a couple extra bucks and get the scale with the app and the water percentage, and it's just kind of interesting stats. So when you step on the scale, you have to turn your GPS location on for it to get the information and send it to your phone. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it is kind of annoying. Every time you want to jump on the scale, you can open the app, turn your GPS location on, and then take your socks off, get all the extra readings. So having turned GPS on all the time, every time you want to just jump on a scale is kind of annoying. So, there's that. Yeah, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm back home now. I'm gonna have more videos coming on the way. Sorry for that little pause I had there for a little while, but like I said, I've been traveling and getting sick, so I'm back at it now, and there'll be more videos every weekend. And if you do want to get the scale, there'll be a link down below. You can pick it up there somewhere in this area. I'll have the price available. Or you can just click on the link and check it out. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see you next weekend.